Thanks, everybody. I'm glad to be there today for explaining you a subject which is really important for me, which is the cleaning, and not only the dry cleaning, but yes, the cleaning in your plants, and what the new tools can help you to better manage the situation and the issue. So first of all, just a short introduction of myself. I'm Magali LE DIODIC, so as you hear it, I'm French, sorry for my, I would say, bad English. I had worked for Kersia for 6 years, and I'm graduated in quality, health, safety, and environment. I'm 41. And my main mission today is to help the technical team in France and in KA, in key accounts, to develop new solutions like dry cleaning, like water saving, and also to help them to manage microbiological deviation. So for that, my presentation, I will show you two cases. The first one is more a reflection than I would say, than a case, than a study. And the other one is a real case in a cheese factory, which were some deviation in listeria. After those cases, I will show you the Kersia approach for having a source tracking. So just a few words about Kersia. What is Kersia? Kersia, our aim is to solve the rising challenges of food safety. Keep in mind one figure, 1 in 10. Today, 1 in 10 people each year fall ill because they are eating a contaminated product. I think it seems crazy, 1 in 10. So our aim, our approach is to make food safe by acting in every link in the chain. Here there is some important key figures for Kersia. Just take a minute to have a look. It's a lot of figures, so I wouldn't tell everything, but just have a look. So today, we are happy to be all over the world, from farm to fork, with our majorities in food and beverage sectors. So for my first case, as I say, we are, it's more a reflection. So I want to show you one picture. This is my point of view, one of my point of view when I'm going on your plant. So just have a look. Some of you would say, this is the space. Some other, it's art. What is it? It's strange, it's beautiful, it's scary. In fact, this is one vision, my vision of your factory. So it's a view with our tools in Kersia. And this is what we saw when we go on your site. So yes, it's both beautiful and scary. It depends on your opinion. In fact, there is, at your right, some weldings. There is organic matter, there is dust, fibers, and here biofilm. The right question is it normal to have something? What can happen if I don't know what is every component? There is a world in your factory that you can't see or you don't see that. The right question is, have I the tools to master it, to show it? So in your factory, in your plants, you master a lot of things. Everybody master the zoning And it's easy to say, yes, it's close to my product, it's dangerous, or no, it's external of my plant, it's mastering, etc. In Kersia, when I'm going on a plant, I have a look of your characteristic, what is the product, regarding also the environment. So I cross-check pH, humidity, temperature of your product, of your environment. And we have a look in every flows, every measure you put in place. The barriers, are they efficient? Are they justified or not? And the tools you put in place, like your samples, your data, your sanitation management, etc. And the right question, if we go back to this picture, yes, I have dust, yes, I have welding. In which zoning is it? Is it normal to have dust in this zoning? Take the example of powder milk. When you are in a powder milk, this is normal to have dust, but how do you master it? Which sample do you take for mastering it? I have welding. Yes, my welding is not as bad as another welding. This is mastering. So we have tools, and with the cross-checking of our tools, of bioMérieux tools, it's easier to better analyze it. Let's take another example. So it's a cheese factory, and the responsible called me because he have some positive results from more than 6 months in the environment. So he don't know what happened. He called me for having a look of this situation, and also for a changement of the product. So he wants better chemical, stronger chemical for mastering everything, for killing everything. So my answer were, okay, take time. Is the product in the heart of this issue or not? Do we have time, etc. So the first investigation was to receive the results, and we make another investigation with samples. And thanks to bioMérieux, we learn a lot of this expertise, these samples. So my partners say, yes, I have positive results in my environment, so in ground, in sewer, in container wheel, etc. I think it was the first step. At this stage, we were with positive results in the floors. So we cross-check the results, and bioMérieux say, yes, there is Listeria monocytogenes, but there is 2 strains, not only one. So they are able to say there is 2 different strains, so there is perhaps 2 different sources. So we learn those important things, and we decided with bioMérieux to go further to study the genome of those two strains. And we learned that there is a lot of significant mutation. What does it mean for you, for me? It means that one of these strains were there since a while. So we had to have a global view for what happened. So with Kersia, we decided to have a look in the plant, in the protocol, the cleaning protocol, and also in the flow. So we make a global audit. The aim of this global audit is to detect, to understand, and to analyze the situation. The aim is to prioritize, to have the good treatment, the right treatment, and to make it stop. So we go on site to make an audit. And in this audit, we saw 3 main issues. The first one was the preparation before the cleaning. You know, they are a lot of dust, so they were using water, using compressed air to vacuum, to eliminate the dirt. So it wasn't the best practical. The second issue was the protocol use. They were using a 5-step protocol in this area, which wasn't the right protocol or the best protocol. And the last issue, the third issue, was due to the two other issues, is the water residues, the wet, which is really complicated for this situation. Just have a look. On your left, you can see the floor just after the cleaning operation. So there is a lot of water, a lot of humidity. And on your right, just few hours after the beginning of the production. So there is still a lot of water. And for the dust, for the germs, for the listeria, it's easier to grow up, to develop with those residues. So at this stage, we can say, okay, the cause is the water, the cause is the floors. But in Kersia, we decided to have a global look because I don't like to stop at this stage. So we decided to have a global look, and we have a look on the cleaning protocol of the conveyors. In those conveyors, was cleaned by the same protocol, a 5-step protocol. And we saw that in those conveyors, there is rollers, hollow rollers, which was, for me, an issue. So we decided to make samples under those rollers and to put it to Biomérieux. And Biomérieux say, yes, this is the same strain. This is the same strain we found on the floors. So in fact, the root cause wasn't the floors, but was the conveyors. And exactly the hygienic conception mixed with an unappropriated cleaning protocol. I speak just before about the preparation before cleaning. Just have a look in those. They were using compressed air on your left. Keep in mind, and it would refer to the previous picture. Keep in mind that when you are using compressed air, you push up the dirt, you diffuse the microorganism. Vacuuming is the best. So with Kersia, with our team, we can help you to manage this part. To sum up the things we make for this situation, we put some new tools, some new method with a new protocol, a dry cleaning protocol. We put also some barriers, some help for elements difficult to access with an airborne disinfection. We put knowledge with training, with Biomérieux expertise. And the next step for having a look in the global situation and say, yes, you make you update your level, is to make another audit next year. So in this case, in this study case, we can learn some lessons. The first one is never neglect the repercussions that the environment can have on your products. The second one is always have a look in the suitability between your protocol and the process. You can have a good cleaning protocol, but is it the right protocol at the right place for your product? And the last lesson is to cross-check the knowledge. If you know your enemy, it's easier to fight it. So cross-checking your data, cross-checking bioMérieux data and our expertise is a good point. For the conclusion, let's go back to the beginning. What can be the good method, the good approach to have a source tracking? So our field team is daily involved in your factory, in your plant. The aim is to ensure everything is okay, the protocol is the right protocol, regarding your product, regarding your surfaces, and also regarding the requirements in your activity. But sometimes, and it's not because we are not on your plant, sometimes there is some drift, some deviation, or some issue. So this approach, the methodological analysis, is the aim is to clearly define what happened and to have the good answer to seek and destroy. And the thing is to ensure everything was okay for the future. So first of all, you have to collect your data by cross-checking quality, laboratory, maintenance, etc. We have to ask the right question. What are we facing? Is it just some positive results in the environment or in your product? Is it a deviation, an exit limit, a random, etc.? You had, as Hervé said, you had to put the consumer, the product, at the heart of your approach. What does this result implicate for the consumer? Is there a risk or not? And this quick analysis would help you to decide, yes, I don't have time, I had to react in urgency, or I had time to reflect on this, to make the more time to decide on it. Just keep in mind one thing. When you have an issue, when you have a recurrence of a strain, it means that there is a lot of failure. Berries weren't efficient. So your germ is introduced in your factory, multiplicates, and persists. Then when you know if it's an urgency or not, you can make a bigger, stronger investigation. So for that, there is a lot of tools who are existing, quality tools. The aim is to have a sustainable resolution, to analyze the root cause and not only potential causes or vectors. You have to identify the vectors and the root cause. So for that, there is a lot of tools, the 5 Whys, the 5W and 1H, Ishikawa diagram, etc. Always stay vigilant. Don't be complacent. The first step, so right now you are on the right track, and we can go further to analyze what happened. So it's always interesting to cross-check the knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge regarding your data, regarding your experience, your knowledge of your product, and we cross-check with bioMérieux, the analysis of bioMérieux, which is a totally complete analysis of your samplings, and also our analysis for seek and destroy the germs. So with the cross-checking of those knowledge, it can help you to go further, deeper, and it's always interesting. So we are on the right track. We know where we had to put our investigation on your plants. So we can go to the next step, with an audit in your site. So it can be a detergency audit, a look of the flow, a look of the hygienic conception, a look of your knowledge, your learning, etc. And our audit can help us to focus on your treatment. It can be on surfaces, on circuits, on environment, on air, or other learning, people, etc. So this step of audit can make us having the right treatment. So we can go on the next step to make the treatment and to find the good solution, the right solution. So this is some example. The treatment can be a biofilm treatment, a change of your cleaning protocol, learning, etc. Next, when you are out of this issue, it's important to continue to have a look at the global situation. I think everything is under control, but we have to reflect on the next step, the next deviation. Our aim is to develop new knowledge, to have lessons of what happened, because there is always some problems, some issues, and we have to learn about it, bad or not. If we found the solution, we had to make it again. If it doesn't work, we had to reflect on this and to adapt our protocol, our knowledge, etc. So it's really important to have this last step. Sometimes when I go on a site, but not sometimes, always, when I go on a site, I always ask a lot of questions to my consumer, to my consumer. Perhaps I'm curious, and yes, it's right. And I ask, how are you? How is your product? How are your results? And in many cases, they say me, everything is okay. I'm okay. So that's a good answer. My product is okay. It's always a good answer too. And sometimes they say me, I don't have bad result. I have no result. And the right question is it normal to have no results? We had to reflect on this. When you are in a powder milk plant, it's not normal to don't find anything. Let's go back to this picture. You have a microbiota in your plant. You have microorganisms. Is it normal or not? Yes, I think it's normal. The perfectly clean plant doesn't exist. Our objective is not having a sterile environment. Our objective is to master it. So, two quotations to conclude my subject. The first one from Benjamin Franklin: tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. Cross-checking the knowledge. And a second one from Albert Einstein: the only source of knowledge is experience. So by cross-checking our knowledge, yours in your plant, our in Kersia for seek and destroy, and Biomérieux for searching what happened, it's always interesting. And perhaps the conclusion we can make is by cross-checking our knowledge, we can act for this 1 person in 10 which fall ill every year by eating a product. Thanks.